everything I need. Let's see here. We got that. Let me put this up in here. Turn that on. Mm, put this on. Turn on. What up, Reckon? What's good, bro? Turn on. Jeff, what's good, Jeff? Jeff in the building. The homies are coming out. Justin, Q Boss, Fear God, Shy, locked in. What's good, y'all? All right, let me put that up there as well. Man, oh man. Have you guys seen the latest 2K26 cheat? The joint is brutal. They're now speed glitching. It's not like a speed boost. They're speeding up the gameplay so you have no idea what's happening. The joint is just crazy. Oh man. I cracked from the 30-day challenge. I had intended to not play 2K for 30 days. And I cracked about 2 days ago. So the last 2 days we tried getting on. And even during that time, within the first day, we ran into somebody lag switching us. What up, J Oz? Izzy? 2 times Wednesday. I done gave up on 2K, bro. Just bought Arc Raiders. Can't go wrong with Arc Raiders. You asked for this game, especially with no RNG. Help me understand this logic. This is what I have trouble with folks in the 2K community calling for RNG now. You have cheaters on the game. It shouldn't be a choice for us. We buy the game. We expect to compete online. Whether cheaters infiltrate the community and all the game modes online, that's a 2K problem. That's not a me as a consumer problem. If players do not want randomness in their game, if they do not want Mike Wang hovering over every shot that you take and determining whether you're going to make it or not, if players want that in the game, they shouldn't be penalized when it's finally removed. If they want to remove that RNG from the game like we had over the last 4 or 5 years, just because we want to remove that from the game, we shouldn't be penalized. That doesn't add up to me. Mike Wang was straight hovering over every single person's shot and making the determination of whether they were going to make it or not. And I don't mean that literally. I know some of you guys will be like, well, he's not just watching everybody play. That's insane. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I don't like the idea of randomness. For that week, I go to the casinos. I don't like the idea of randomness in my shooting. If I practice, I want my efforts and investment put into practicing to show when I go out there and compete online. I don't want randomness. What up, y'all? Shy. Cheating is getting out of hand. I made a new build and went to wreck. My team went against a team of Zenners that got auto steal, defensive script, shooting script, lag switch, and no stamina script. Stop buying 2K, problem solved. I agree. Stop buying 2K, problem solved. If you cheat, you suck and you don't belong on this game. I feel the same way. Jeff is one of the easiest 2K. I know 2K had the right intentions, but this is where 2K went wrong. See, I believe 2K went wrong because they had 5 years of RNG into the game with very minimal cheaters on the game. They have 5 years to come up with a solution for giving players back a shooting game with no RNG, giving it back to them so that they can practice, get better, and use their skill to compete. That's the whole reasoning why the culture developed for 2K, why we love 2K, because we practice, get better, and you see a progression on the court. Better shot selection, hitting more shots, learning your jump shot. This was the routine. With the randomness, it didn't matter how much you practiced, especially last year. It didn't matter. All of that time invested off the court was irrelevant on the court. No matter how much time you practice, 2K still determined whether or not you were going to make your shots. And I don't like that. I ain't played the game in about a month and a half. I think my hairline is coming back. We have hope. We have hope. Man. Shy said the issue is that 2K is not penalizing us. The people in the community that are cheating are causing a problem. We have to separate those two. No, it's 2K. I feel this we know that there's people in, like, there's been cheaters every year for the longest time. And what I'm saying is that it's always been a battle for 2K to challenge against or combat against cheaters. When it started in its inception, it was new to 2K. They didn't know what it was. They found out that people were like using like a device to monitor pixels. So whenever it displayed green, that's where it stopped and it gave you an automatic green. So 2K was attempting to challenge these cheaters at a very low scale. There was like a low scale bout going on between 2K and the cheaters. This wasn't none that you had to worry about. You know, I was during this time, I was going on legend runs. So I was grinding to legend. Very rarely, if ever, came across cheaters. With that in mind, it was such a low level scale that it didn't affect the average player that would get on and spend his whole day on 2K. Like myself, I would spend my whole day on 2K. So it was such a low level scale, we didn't mind it. They in turn decided to add more RNG into the game, which is what first delivered NBA 2K21. That randomization, I don't know how many of you guys remember. I just came off a legend run at NBA 2K20. We received NBA 2K21 for current gen and next gen. When we first received those games, the community was stuck. They didn't know what to do. Nobody had ever experienced difficult shooting on an NBA 2K game where you're taking your shot and you can't hit him. It was the first time they introduced the idea that you got to get your badges up first before you're able to even make a shot. That's how it seemed. You get on the court, go out and compete ASAP online. This was the introduction of 21. You go out and compete online thinking that you could at least knock down an open shot. Everybody has low expectations in the beginning of the year for their first build. So we go, I might have to close that door. I hear an alarm going off. Oh, they shut it off. Anyway, so it was the first time we had experienced that. It was difficult shooting, and that was 2K first putting their stamp on this challenge against cheaters. They wanted to make it more difficult so cheaters cannot win the battle. They had 5 years of development in a very similar process, with each year adding more and more RNG. To it finally reached this boiling point, and the community responded. This is not me tripping. Remember, I make the news for this stuff. So I was out there getting all the information. How many people were tripping over RNG, tripping over missing wide open shots? This is over 5 years they had this process in development. And during that time, I feel like they should have found a solution to reintroduce the older gameplay that we had become accustomed to and fell in love with, which they did with NBA 2K26. But during that time, didn't find a solution to combat against the cheaters that were there in the first place that started this battle. Like, the battle had already started and it was at a low level scale. They thought RNG was the answer, but the community didn't respond well to RNG. I don't know if that was their solution, RNG. And then when 2K26 comes, what I'm getting at here is, if they didn't find a solution and RNG was the solution, which kept cheating at a very minimal level, if that was the solution, then why go back without considering an alternative? Like, they thought the cheaters were going to disappear. And in the same breath, I just want to add this. I'll get to the comments in just a second. I just want to add this. In the same breath, Ronnie 2K was out there calling out the cheaters, talking about they're down bad for the release of 2K26. So he called them out. And when he called them out, I felt secure in my purchase because I had been following this cheating war for a long time. So I felt secure because I'm thinking if the face of 2K is bold enough to call out the cheaters and tell them they're down bad, I'm thinking they have some tricks up their sleeve to combat against cheaters. That's what I'm thinking. If they're giving us a pure green window, then that means that they found the answer to combat against cheaters, and cheating will not involve shooting. Ha! They did nothing. They did nothing. So here we are. They reverted back to the old way or older way of playing 2K, more explosive, fun, fluid movement. But with that, we got this cheating pandemic that's ruining a regular 2K player's experience on the game. I remember in 2K21, 22, they fixed the zenning by putting down green window timing on the. You know what's crazier, y'all? The craziest part, you know what's the most wild part about this for me? The most wild part about it is that, again, in an effort to combat against cheating, they decided in the randomness that they were going to randomize your shooting window. Your green window was shifting on you. And we were all supposed to accept this, and now we're calling back for the same thing. Like the homie just said, what started this rant in the first place. The homie said, we asked for this. Yeah, I wanted RNG removed. So we're supposed to accept the randomness of shifting green windows? That don't make no sense to me. It literally is literally like you're playing Call of Duty. I'm give you a perfect example. You're playing Call of Duty. You got a dude in your sights. When you go to press that trigger, the dude glitches left and right, like the Matrix. That's what the green window was doing to us. And you trying to hit this dude in your sights, the second you press the trigger, now he's like the Matrix, just glitching back and forth, and you can't hit him. That's what the hell was going on with our green window. So, I mean, I don't understand how, if you're cheater focused, then I understand that's an option. If you're just cheater focused. But if you're player base focused, then you know that's impossible. You can't put that on the player base. They can't hit an imaginary green window that's shifting on them. Makes zero sense. If you have to cheat on a video game, what's your life like? I know 2K will never get my money again after this shit. Now we just need better defense, these young cats. I hate RNG, but the only thing to combat cheating for Zenner, but why did they put it for everyone that's not plugged in? Because they're having trouble determining who's plugged in now. That's the big issue that's happening now, because these cheating is greatly evolved. That joint is greatly evolved. Battlefield 6 is God. I can't hear you full clip. He said Mike Wayne probably got his in. And that's exactly right, Q-Boss. He said that's exactly the issue that Call of Duty be having. You shoot 5 bullets and only 3 connect. That's exactly the issue. But the difference, the reason why I said the dude is moving is because in 2K, you won't hit your shot wide open. In other words, you got somebody straight in the crosshair and they just glitch out of place. That's what's happening in 2K. You're wide open. You was on 2K25. You were wide open. You know your jump shot because you took 10,000 of them before. So you're like, all right, I know my jump shot. Ain't no way I'm going to miss this shot. Every shot, we had to hold our breath. We didn't know if it was going to hit or not. See, in Call of Duty, you spray 5 bullets, you're going to hit 1. In NBA 2K, you take 5 shots, you probably hit 1. Xbox and PlayStation need to combat these cheating devices before they upgrade their device and get worse. We should have a submission system where we can upload footage of people cheating. And that's money, that's server space. If 2K can make you think it's you and your build, you will spend more money creating players. Well, that's the thing. That's a great example, by the way. What was it? None of your business. That's a great example that you put there. He says, City, think about it. If 2K can make you think it's your build, then you're liable to spend more money. And I think what we're missing here is that that's what's been happening. So it took me this year to finally catch on. The RNG The way what RNG did for people in builds is they wanted to hit more shots. The shooting percentages across the board were super low. So everybody thought they had an opportunity because these shooting percentages were low. Everybody thought they had an opportunity to shine above the rest. Finally, yes, I got my year. Everybody's shooting low percentages. People were out here super happy to shoot 30%. Super happy. Mind you, the ongoing, within our 2K culture, the ongoing insult to poor shooters was your 50. They would call you 50. Yo, he's 50. Get him out of here. Nah, that man's shooting 50. Get him out of here. So 50% had already been a staple in the 2K community, an indicator for players poor shooting, that players who have poor shooting. And then we go to 25 where Mike Wang makes an announcement and says, if you're shooting 30 or 40%, then count yourself lucky. What up, Killum Kyrie? So in turn, what they are doing is they're making people feel like it's them in their build. And that's exactly the cycle I personally went through. I was constantly chasing fun. That's what RNG does. I feel like that's what RNG, we could share a difference of opinion. But I feel like what RNG does, because it's so much randomization, you're going nuts trying to find the perfect build that'll create the most optimal fun. Do you get what I mean? To maximize your fun out of the game, maximize your experience. And you end up creating tons of different builds, 4 builds for the same exact position, 4 different point guards, 3 different locks. Not to mention the patches that they add onto it make you think that it's you. And then we find out that 2K is shifting our green windows. We find out that the sliders for 50-50 balls are insane. And you know what? I was trying to think, you know what? We got a lot of people in here. Shout out to everybody in here. I was trying to think if it would be a good idea, because I know there's a reason why I speak so harshly on this stuff. There's a reason why I'm so passionate about it, is because I've already consumed too much information about the business side of developing a game. And I was thinking that we can go over this in this video, in this live stream. You guys let me know. I have a whole seminar already clipped up and recorded. We can go over it in this live stream. Maybe I'll use it for an upload. So you guys ask questions. We'll have a little Q&A about this stuff. But I think it's necessary. Because if you guys see this, it might ruin gaming for you. If you haven't seen it already, for the folks who haven't seen this type of stuff, it might ruin gaming for you. What you're going to see is developer tactics at every single turn you make. You're going to see the psychological level, at the psychological level, how the efforts that they're going to just get a few bucks out of you. The joint is a business, and I'm not knocking them. 2K does it great. The joint is a business at the most, like the minuscule, like the tiniest level. The joint is a business. So in its foundation is developed around being a business. And that's what I'm trying to get folks to understand. And in the way in which 2K has evolved, the idea of like going no money spent. Let's say you're going no money spent. Salute to you. It takes a strong-willed 2K player to go no money spent, especially if you only get 2K to compete online. So if you're going no money spent, it minimizes the impact, or it minimizes the abilities of your build going no money spent. You have to play with lower levels if you're going online, and you know that's a nightmarish experience, especially if you're out there running with randoms. If you're going no money spent, you're going to spend more time on the game, hands down. You're going to have to. Otherwise, it's only an annual cycle. So if you're going no money spent and you only play an hour a week, then that's your one build for the entire annual cycle, because you're never going to get up there. And the good majority of that annual cycle is going to be spent playing with a player that's not meeting his max potential. I think that's a fair statement. So what I'm saying here is that if you decide to go no money spent, you spend more time on the game. 2K accounts for that in their gameplay design. They make it more difficult for you to get VC, even though this year is not too bad. But I think folks have become accustomed to, grinding out VC and no money spent. It's become popular. more and more people are going no money spent, but they're spending more time on the game, and 2K could use that as that number as player retention. So and furthermore, the gameplay is designed, and this is not conspiracy. There's all facts. The gameplay is designed to keep you on the game, minimizing the incentive you receive for your time, so that way you could continue playing. And everything is designed in a way to create or convert on a transaction. The whole thing is designed in that way. Give us your time or your money. You choose. Either way, we win. What up, knowledge? Let's get back to the chat. I was thinking of playing, like I said, I was thinking of playing that seminar off. I don't know if you guys would be interested. If you are interested, sound off. The more comments I receive about this seminar, I'll play it off. Otherwise, I'll just get on 2K. It's up to y'all. I'm cool with it. I got it saved. I could instantly put it up, and we could go through the whole seminar, and you could watch this guy teaching gameplay developers how to get money out of y'all. You could watch it firsthand. Once 2K lost their competition, it has been cooked again, all by design. To extend the longevity of 2K, they got to move in baby steps with each annual cycle. It's not like a GTA game where they drop one game, release updates, but it's 10 years before they drop another one. They have to do this annually, so they need to keep you in your bubble for the annual cycle. And they've evolved in this whole process where we used to have old servers on for a long period of time, and now it's 2 years before they shut the old server off, forcing you to jump onto the new game, purchase the new game, and then give your microtransactions toward the new stuff. And they teach us how to get money out of patience. Look at QBoss. It's a business. And when you're saying it's like, when you get it to that level, there's two things that happen, and this is part of my my own personal journey. There's two things that happen when you start learning this stuff. It's like, damn, it's really ruining gameplay for me. Like, when you get on the game, now when I get on a new game, it's me against a developer. That's what I'm thinking. It's a new, like a different way of approaching games. It's kind of ruined the experience for me for a lot of games. I barely give them a chance if I see the developer instantly is trying to take me down this one direction. So it's a communication between me and the developer who developed that game. And I got to say also that a good majority of gamers go through this process, because this has been a known issue, adding microtransactions into games. People are like super vigilant about identifying these type of markers or gotchas. And if a developer in other games does half the stuff 2K does, they don't even make it off the shelf, B. Nowadays, especially, they don't even make it off the shelf. It's hard to say it's a dirty business. It's difficult to say it's a dirty business because they're just doing business. The nature of the beast, they're doing business. I want another fight night too, Jose. The devs are bums who didn't know how to play, getting beat by legit skill players. There's payback to piss off the OGs of 2K. When you start getting in on the business end, you realize that a lot more gaming companies are developing their games in the same way. They're not creating a balance between getting you to spend and creating an enjoyable experience. When I enjoy a game, I think back on my time playing Call of Duty or Warzone. When I enjoy the game, it's nothing for me to spend on cosmetics. Like, nothing. Or where they dropped a new gun package, let me go get that. They dropped the all black stealth suit, let me go get that. Is when you start finding out that they're taking it to way deeper psychological levels. You're like, come on, B. That's so unnecessary. So why are you trying to just develop the game? What's ending up happening is leaning towards like a cancel culture towards companies like 2K. It hasn't gone, I guess, I guess sports gamers are hella long suffering, and they're not as invested into gaming in itself. Um, they play mainly because they want to live vicariously through the sport they love, so they're able to do that on a video game. So they don't have that same passion. So when they're getting effed over, they say, "Well, I'll just shut the joint off." If they're trying to get me, you trying to get me, I'll just shut it off. I won't play you. Whereas other gamers in different communities are more passionate about it because there's their hobby, there's what they do in their spare time, spend playing video games in their leisurely time. So they're like, all right. No, when they see somebody trying to get in your pocket, they're like, hell nah. So much so, this has become such a big issue that they cancel out games who are trying to get into your pocket so heavy. They don't even make it off the shelf now. That's in different gaming communities outside of sports games. And I feel like with each passing year that 2K continues to do this so aggressively, I think and then not, trust me, if cheating was such a prominent issue on 2K26, we all would have been snowed. And I don't mean that like a Zen reference. I'm saying we all would have been just enjoying the game, not even thinking about, microtransactions or, aggressive monetization. We wouldn't even be thinking about that stuff. We'd just be playing. I know I tried my hardest not to talk about this stuff this year. I tried my hardest. It forced me into this space. I was just playing the games. The homies that know me right now in the Discord that run every day, in the beginning of the year, all I was doing was playing the game. Countless hours on in, just grinding. I thought I was going to run for legend. That's what I thought was going to happen. NBA Streets, NBA Live, EA just needs to grow a pair. 2K has become a soul-selling company. Once you buy the game, you're literally selling yourself to them. You can't enjoy the game. Like, you can't enjoy, some people love the grinding and not spending money. You can't enjoy the game without spending money. That's a thing. People do it, but it's only an annual cycle and nothing transfers over intentionally by design. Nothing transfers over. So, you're grinding a lot of your time away. And, entertainment is subjective. So if you find that entertaining, so be it. But 2K is well aware, and the numbers show it. 2K is well aware that the good majority of the players play online. I wish I had the numbers on that. I don't think I've ever seen the numbers on offline players versus online players. How many? But a lot of players play online. 2K knows that. And the reason why I say the numbers say this to be fact is because 77 to 80%. And from when I first reported on it, that number was lower. It was around 54% or 64%, something like that. And then when I looked at it for 2K26, is now grown to 77 to 80% of 2K's revenue is coming from recurring consumer spending, microtransactions, purchases made after you buy NBA 2K. So after you bought the game, the amount of money you spend afterwards is where 2K is getting 77 to 80% of their revenue. Those are actually Take-Two's numbers, the parent company for 2K, but they also put that 2K and GTA are leading the way. So between those two games, they're leading the way, creating that advantage that Take-Two enjoys. 77 to 80% of microtransactions coming from 2K. What up from Turkey? What's good? I hate to play park. I play solo in all courts and crew teams, Zener and Titans. I'm on my 5th build, no money spent, hell of a grind, but I figured out some things with my career to speed things up. I'm averaging about 6 to 10 hours a week at most. That's a Rambo Nation. So I'll give you a perspective to like show you a different type of gamer. There's a gamer who like Rambo Nation. He could spend 6 to 10 hours a week grinding his builds. And I think he said my career. Yeah, with my career to speed things up. 6 to 10 hours a week grinding these builds. Now, the other side of the spectrum are gamers like myself. I can't even spend 10 minutes. It's difficult for me to spend 10 minutes in a My Career game. I literally only find enjoyment playing 2K for the most part. I find enjoyment playing online, competing online. I did enjoy Street Kings this year. I went through the whole process of Street Kings, but in that process, I was shooting for goals. I was going through my build specialization, so everything was a goal. Um, and I was playing offline in Street Kings, but that was to accomplish the build specialization. Um, and 2K did good with that. They had me busy, and I was okay with falling into the trap. They didn't get much more money out of me, which is great. Ryan 2K's son college funds are paid. They already paid for the remainder. 2K25 players are going to 2K26, but what's weird is that 2K26 players, that's not true. I haven't heard that. Maybe it is. Maybe some players are going to 25, but that's the first time I've heard somebody saying going back to 25. We need to make them work our money, not the other way around. Oh, I think they did good with 2K26. I think the gameplay is good. I'm wondering which direction they're gonna go, because if I know 2K, and maybe you guys could clip this, we'll save it for 2K27. But if I know 2K, they're gonna reintroduce RNG and shooting next year, if not the year after at max. If they can't find a solution to combat against cheaters, they will be reintroducing RNG back into 2K to combat against cheaters, because that was the answer they had when they switched from 20 to 21, RNG. And the RNG just steadily increased to the point that they started shifting our green windows, and it's not going to be a good look. Been cutting my time down because the cheating has caused my peoples to leave the game. I've been in random wreck as a nightmare, but I'm enjoying the builds I made. I've played every single 2K this way. No money spent. Salute to you. Emos and Timo should not be in the reward system. I agree. Have fun next year. They're not getting me again. Jay Sama said, bring back RNG. I believe a lot of people like RNG. I believe that. Where you would normally shoot 1 for 10, you're like, well, bring back RNG so I could hit some of my shots. I get that. I get that logic. You know, the way I like to look at it is what RNG is 2K on training wheels. The 2Ks that has so much RNG incorporated into it was randomization for people who needed training wheels. And I'm saying give control back to the players. If you suck, get good. If you suck at the game, practice and get better. I feel like that's the beauty of 2K, the idea of practicing to get better and see results, see the results from your time spent. With so much RNG in the game, there's no need for practice. There was just no need for it. Everything was random. Yeah, our generation came from playing Play Now against our homies, and we trickled over to My Career 2K. It's always supposed to be about competition. Nobody trying to play the AI for 10 hours. Yeah, I can't. RNG is tough, but I wouldn't wager or play comp knowing what he said, that a random miss out of my control could cost me IRL money. That should be like the standard, because it's a competitive sport. So exactly what Rambo Nation just mentioned should be the standard, because we're in a competitive sport. We're playing against each other. The outcome should be determined by the people on the court, period. Why is that wrong? That's like a core fundamental aspect of the whole sport. If you're not good, then you practice and get better for the role that you play. You shouldn't be expected to load up and play a basketball. If you never experienced basketball in your life, you shouldn't be expected to load up and get on this game and go crazy and go nuts and be a really good player. You would first have to learn the sport, learn why you need to take this particular jump shot. And you can't make 2K so relative to IRL basketball, because as you increase your skill on 2K, you realize there's certain aspects of like the sport in there, but you need to play 2K the 2K way. Do you get what I'm saying? So you need to learn how to play 2K, not just basketball. So even for good, and this is why a lot of professional basketball players are not good at 2K, or is not as, and they're pros. So, you know, you got to learn how to play 2K, not just know the game of basketball. RNG is not the answer to anything competitive. Say it again, Newton. You can't have competitive skill, in parentheses, in the same genre as random not skill. That's like wagering money in a game. I declare war. I hate the annual cycle, but spending $100 on the base game and 100 and VC for a year of enjoyment is not that bad. Wow. If the community spend more than that a year, that's on you. I do hate the cheating. I come from the gaming era where you could go get a game for $10 to $15. I used to travel, walk my way over to Electronic Boutique and get me a video game on the weekends. It'd be early. I'd be the first one up, be there as soon as the store opens and go select me a video game. $10, $15. That's the era that I personally come from. And here we are right now where we're seeing it's okay to spend $100 on the game and also give an additional $100 to that game just to develop some in-game asset. It will never make sense to me. Although I do it myself and I spend way more money than I should on 2K. I will never be in agreement with spending this much money on a video game. It's hard for me to be in agreement with that. It's hard for me to think that you'll spend $100 in game and that won't be it. They'll still have other ways in which you can spend more money. So, I mean, you know, just is what it is. He said nobody complains about cheaters when they drop them off. It's rewarding when you dropping off cheaters. They're not going to complain because it's a rewarding feeling when you're dropping off a cheater. You're like, get the hell off the court. He said, you guys are hypocrites. The so-called best 2Ks have RNG 15, 16, and 17. The difference was in the RNG in 15, 16, and 17. This is the difference here. They did have randomness. We also had tons of lag. We also had tons of latency. We had so many issues. There's the difference here. We saw 2K in development. We was wondering at that time the future. Even when we look back now, we're looking back at the time where with 2K, she's or Q-Boss, I don't know if that's a dude or a chick, but with the randomness incorporated in those games, and they are listed as the best 2Ks mainly because they were offensive heavy, but even still 2K has so many issues that they had to resolve for it to be considered like great. And this is where we went wrong. We saw 2K's RNG, we saw 2K's gameplay and some of the best 2Ks in 2K history, but we expected it to evolve when it was going into new gen consoles. We didn't expect like this level of a regression is what I'm getting at. So when we went from 2K20, which I thought was an awesome game, I spent the entire year playing that game, Hit Legend. We went on from 2K20 to 2K21. It was during that time where cheaters were like infiltrating heavy and it was becoming a known issue, but it wasn't that heavy like we see it on 2K26. This is the most I've seen in the lifespan of 2K. So even still, those games had RNG, but it was still offensive heavy. So people were able to hit their shots consistently, shoot at high percentages. This is exactly why like calling someone 50 was considered an insult. 2K's RNG allowed for people to hit their shots and people were okay with that because it boosts those endorphins. You like hitting shots. That's what people love about the game. Defense was always a step behind. Always. 19 was probably the most balanced between offense and defense that I had seen. We expected this to evolve and them combat against cheaters. We didn't expect a dramatic regression in gameplay speeds, gameplay movement, and fluidity. We didn't expect a regression in physics or to combat against cheaters. So that's what the answer was for 2K, was to increase the number of randomness or level of randomness. And that's where it became an issue when 2K decided to increase that level of. Nobody talked about randomness in 2K. It wasn't until it started becoming a known issue and folks were trying to figure out what is going on. What is happening? Because 2K was increasing that joint tremendously, and people weren't having it because it was affecting their gameplay, and the speed and fluidity at which you moved was no longer reminiscent of some of the 2Ks that we value, that will place such high value in. They increased that joint tremendously to the point that we felt like we was no longer controlling the outcomes of games. What was that thing that Ronnie 2K, if you guys remember the name, where you're down 20 and then, you know, the randomness, the RNG kicks in, slingshot effect. What in the hell? Like, come on. It's not being a hypocrite to say I enjoyed those games for what they were at that time, but we can't even play the experience of 2K16. If they try to put that in front of us right now, you know how we will rip that joint apart? Imagine going into the park and then getting error coded on the dot, standing there consistently. There were so many issues with that game that we've become so spoiled in so many ways that if they take that game and that experience that we have for 2K16 and give it to us today, not a remastered version, the same experience, we would rip that joint to shreds. Them Zenners are making ad videos or promoting it on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. They sure are. See, I used to set traps for my kids back in the day. Set the cheaters up for a trap. The people who fall for the trap permanently banned. I don't understand why anyone has to cheat on a video game. A lot of people don't understand that. So, you know, I've thought about that question that Q Boss put up with being hypocrites because we enjoy some of the better 2Ks that were developed back in the day. And I wouldn't lean so much as calling it a hypocrite, but we just like faster paced games, explosive games, and the good majority of the community enjoy offensive heavy 2Ks. It just is what it is. People like to hit shots and they like to dominate on offense. The only thing is it undermines defenders out there, players who invest money in defensive builds. And we going through that right now. No, it's not a rare occasion where lockdowns feel complete as a lockdown. They just don't feel complete. But still in all, you saw the hype. 2K26 hype was large. It was the largest hype we received on next gen consoles. Am I mistaken? I'll wait if I'm mistaken. But 2K26 gameplay, people loved it. They absolutely loved it. Defenders, not so much. But the good majority of the players, woo, they were creating them 7-4s. They were just going crazy. People just like to hit more shots. Now 2K go back and revert back. You see, there was a whole new generation from 21 to 26. A whole new generation of sim players developed. So now we're going to take those same players who are hitting 50% of their shots now in this 2K, 50, 60 maybe. You guys let me know your shooting percentages, but let me know how you feel about what I'm about to say. You take those same players, because this is what happened to us. Those same players who are shooting 50 to 60% right now, when 2K reincorporates RNG into shooting, and your percentage that you work so hard to attain and retain for 2K26 are going to drop significantly, probably by half. So those same players shooting 50, 60% are now shooting 30 and 20%, hitting 2 out of 10 shots on 2K27. Y'all gonna, man, it's gonna be such a level of unity. There's gonna be unity in the community because those same players who are calling for it back because of their experience on 21 through 25, they're gonna be like, hell nah, now I'm missing even more. I'm not even hitting at the level I should on the easiest shooting 2K with 2K26. They're going to reincorporate it back into the game, and now you're going to shoot worse with expectations to shoot at least 50 or 60% like you did in 2K26. That's what happened to us. That's what happened to the players who were playing this game for years on end. They just saw it switch right in front of their eyes. And you're like, hold on. How did that joint just switch? I think my chat is not catching up. Let me move this over. Fun times though. I like talking about this stuff with y'all. And I share my experience, not, when I'm sharing my experience, it's not to say that I'm right. It's just my preference. So I'm only sharing, my experience from this particular side of gaming. There's somebody who had shared the same amount of years playing at 2K that could have a different outlook on the game. My percentage is 0% because I don't play it. I only play it a week. I knew Zens were going to go crazy. Yeah, Jay Hardy. Jay Hardy knew it was coming. I'm never purchasing another 2K again until cheating is ended. I wish console can have a blacklist game. Oh, I wish console have a blacklist games option so that if you want to purchase that game, you can blacklist their up and coming games. Interesting. I'm waiting for Wolverine. Looks promising. That joy looked dope. It's the creators of Spider-Man, right? I think it's the creators of Spider-Man. So they're supposed to make it something like that. It's gonna have to be something brought to Congress, hired by gamers, brought by a lawyer. The community is shifting. People are less invested in the 2K franchise. I feel like I've watched this cultural shift in the 2K community, and I feel like it's turned into a revolving door of players, where players come in, spend a little time on 2K, and dip out. There's no investment. Like, I don't know if you guys are aware, because that's probably your normal experience with games. A couple hours and then you're off. For 2K players, like the original 2K players, or even some players now, when I say your daily driver, what I mean by that is that this is the game that when you wake up, you make yourself sunny, brush your teeth, whatever, get cleaned up, and then you're logging on to 2K to start your grind for the day. The next day, the day after that, everything is just rinse and repeat for the entire year, because the end goal is hitting legend. If you know what it takes to hit legend, then you know this is an ongoing process, rinse and repeat, so much to the point that we were maximizing particular plays in the game to maximize the amount of progression that we would receive. For instance, they would stop giving you alley-oop progression after 7 alley-oops, or 3-point progression after a certain amount of threes. Then you had to lean towards like attack assists and all sorts of different ways to get progression. So we would, down to the fine details, um, grinding that stuff out. When folks aren't invested for 2K to be their daily driver, then there's no longer that emotional tie to the game to fight back. Nobody, I don't feel like folks see there's an issue taking place. I logged on, I downloaded Undisputed, and I don't think 2K is this bad. So like 2K is a good enough game for a casual player to experience and enjoy. Period. They made it good enough for a casual player to experience and enjoy, but it falls short for a player who wants to make it their daily driver like 2K players used to be. The excitement factor, the full on enjoyment, even though had that in the beginning of 2K26, it doesn't seem like 2K can successfully implement this formula to last the entire year the way it used to. We used to not think about cheaters. We used to not think. All we thought about was gameplay. That was all that we cared about, thought about was gameplay, progression. Now it's come to the point where like the devil has worked for idle hands. So now we're looking deeper past the surface level stuff to see if there's some depth there, if there's substance there. Can we get some matches? I already deleted the game, Agent Q. I thought it was so terrible. Agent Q says, City, can we get some matches in on Undisputed? I thought it was one of the worst gaming experiences I've had in a long time. I couldn't even believe that they had it on the PlayStation Store. Maybe your experience was different from mine, but I logged on. I attempted to start the career. It's freezing on me to customize my player, sending me back to the main menu. Couldn't figure out what was going on, so I ended up selecting Muhammad Ali. I couldn't even customize my own player to start the story. I ended up selecting Muhammad Ali. I go into the first fight thinking that I'm going to start this process and journey of playing Undisputed, and the screen is literally going black, completely black on me multiple times throughout the fight. This happened about two or three times over with 2 or 3 different fights. And I said that joint getting deleted. Not to mention there's so many like flaws in the gameplay itself, like with sound and audio stuff. New Resident Evil does look promising. Like I'm gonna say, and considering we have a lot of people in this stream right now, I'm gonna let you guys know that Crimson Desert, March 16th, I think is the day that it comes out. We're about a little over a month away. Crimson Desert is looking like it's gonna be the game, at least until GTA 6. That joint is looking amazing. You gave up on the 30-day chip. Yeah, I gave up on the 30 days, man. I wanted to make it a 30 days, but couldn't. To be honest, we don't need season pass for 2K. What we truly need is the freedom of letting us freely use any jump shot and dribble moves on any build without restrictions. That sounds fun, and you would think 2K would lean that way now, minimizing the restrictions and just allowing players to have fun. Considering this revolving door of players that I'm speaking about, where the invested players, the invested players now all have Zens. The players who are trying to hit the top of the leaderboards and grind it to legend, the good majority of them have Zens, and it's tainted the grind. It's tainted the whole grind for somebody who legitimately gets there. Because they'll just consider you a cheater as well. So bad. Definitely play Undisputed. I definitely played Battlefield 6 and Marvel Virals. John Morant, Sully was removed overnight. I would think that 2K would just give those animations out to players, but again, it's all part of the gameplay design. Not to be like a conspiracy theory type of stuff, but part of the gameplay design is to keep you chasing. And they start this. One of the strategies for let me break something real quick down. One of the strategies alone for getting players to spend money, and again, this is taught in seminars, yeah. It's taught to people who are there's a host that's teaching game up and coming, established gameplay developers, either or, how to maximize profits through recurrent consumer spending. So they're in this particular seminar, they're speaking from a more casual approach. And he even mentioned in the beginning of the seminar, we're not going to talk about the morals of this. He said we could talk about that at a later time. Like what's morally right, we're not going to even discuss that. This is about making money. And that's where gameplay development has changed in regards to 2K, minimizing the capacity of your build so that way you can create a new one. Putting certain thresholds on particular animations, having you chasing a season pass and hitting level 40, putting the ultimate reward at level 40. First, they had to find out what would be considered the ultimate reward. And, we think about Cap Breakers, the way Cap Breakers has evolved and the way 2K found out that this would be a good idea to make more money on is because the community was constantly calling for a respec option on your build, an option to respec the build you paid for, because 2K drops a patch and changes the game in front of you. So you want to kind of make an adjustment on that build without, losing the max potential of that build because of a patch. So it evolved into that process because of the feedback that we give 2K. We want a respec option. Give us the option to respec our build so we don't have to spend another, maybe at that time, $50 to $60 on another build. We could just respec certain attributes and in turn get a build that can compete on the new patch. Can we have a million scenarios on how to make their game better? They don't want their game better. That's facts. That's exactly what I'm trying to get at. None of your business. Exactly. You don't think 2K has the potential to make the most amazing basketball game in history, bro? They had that joint. They got endless amounts of resources, man. They're not wanting for nothing. Endless amounts of financial resources, abilities. They could make the best thing, but their focus is creating the best system that can. Best way to describe it without being like overly dramatic, that can psychologically keep you on the game, retain you as a player, meet that player retention, all while a system is in place to get you to dig in your pocket and create just one transaction. I haven't played 2K since 2K23. This game been dead. That's why we need to stall them out. They want you to move on after every release. They've never played each year. 2K constantly tells me to get off the game. They error code me consistently, send me back to the main menu, just kick you out their house. And I say 2K players are long suffering because we're like right back on. I spent the last, maybe not the last, because I've been on 2K for 2 days now. So I spent 14 days is what I should say. I spent 14 days not playing 2K. And you find like you have so much more time on your hands to do other things. They don't even give us one time to delete a player and recoup the VC. Why did it add the 2020 Lakers? And then each update will make your bill slower. Yeah, your bill is facts. He said, how is the game dead and they have more players than ever and revenue is going up? Yeah, I wouldn't say the game is dead. I'd say more so that it's a revolving door of players. Players are in and out. What I think is happening is that the formula they're creating for player retention is not going to sustain. That's what I'm kind of getting at. This gameplay design, I don't think is going to sustain for a player who's not invested into the franchise. They're creating this long legend grind that cheaters have already took the upper hand in. So it renders the whole grind void. Like there's no use in grinding if you're going to be considered a cheater for grinding. And these cheaters have gotten there so fast that it makes you look like an idiot trying to spend the whole year grinding to the same goal that these folks reached in a month. Part of the grind, and there's some that the 2K community created, part of the grind was the recognition that you received from the community. Now you hit legend and it's pointless. Unless it's your own personal goal to achieve. But the fact is, there's a lot of players who it's not just their personal goal to hit legend. A lot of players do it for the recognition, the love of the sport, the recognition you receive for your grind and efforts. You know, I think there's a very small percentage of people that play to grind to legend. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. Yeah. The game's dead because the moral of the game is in the garbage. And that's what I mean. Like, if 2K will get back to just developing a good game, then the microtransactions come. But I got to tell you guys, they're good at business. I'm not trying to knock 2K. They're very good at business. And like Q-Boss had mentioned, there's a reason why they continue to grow in numbers. There's a reason. There's all reasons for this. And they're probably deeper than we'd like to dive into. But part of their reason for growth, like the one person said that 2K is dead. In regards to the 2K community and the culture that once was, I would say the same. 2K is dead. Developing a new culture and speaking about numbers, 2K is very much alive, but that's mainly because they created this corner in the market and they made themselves real comfy and cozy in that little corner, making sure that nobody is able to come even in proximity to creating a new basketball game. EA just got really close to creating that competition with the college basketball game, and it would have took the gaming community by storm if they indeed won the bid to create that game. But 2K and their shystiness went under the table and behind their backs and swiped the right from them. They make sure that nobody's in proximity. They need to bring back park cards and badges. What up? What up, Banks? Hopefully you good too. Appreciate it, man. They're good at flashing our eyes every year. Well, it's I gotta tell you, I was confused. I'm gonna be honest here. I was confused by the 2K community this year. You guys know me for being one of the players who oftentimes speak about the poorer aspects of 2K, especially over the last 5 years, because I wasn't in agreement with gameplay. So I wanted the more fun, explosive gameplay that I've become accustomed to, and I felt like they delivered that in NBA 2K26. So I was confused by the 2K community because I thought the game was just super dope. I look back on some of my gameplay clips in the beginning of the year and see how much faster I was moving in comparison to now. But again, I was confused by the community because here I am this year. I didn't want to come across as complaining about 2K. So in the beginning of the year, you could look back on my content. I felt like I wasn't going to go as hard at the very least. 2K delivered. They redirected their game. They shifted gameplay back to what I'm more accustomed to and what I enjoy. They weren't going the sim route. They weren't going to continue down that route. They weren't going to go down the RNG route. The community spoke. So 2K turning a new leaf seemed like they were going to really go back to their roots. They didn't increase the cost per build, which I thought was dope. And if this cheating pandemic didn't hit the 2K community, Lord knows what 2K26 would be considered, but it's failing now. Mainly because 2K is not acknowledging the problem. 2K had a perfect opportunity to build a bridge with the community right here. I feel like 2K had the opportunity to say, let's take on those cheaters. Who's leading the way? Let's take on those cheaters. We're doing our best to combat against them, but they came out with another thing. They could have made so much content on this stuff, and they could have, they could have pioneered this whole issue against cheating. In other games, they could have been leading the way and say, we're not going to let this happen here. The community would have been loud and boisterous against, cheaters as well. Myself, I would have been singing 2K's praises. But no, they don't even acknowledge the problem. So where do I sit as a 2K player and as a consumer? Where do I sit now? You're not going to acknowledge that my whole experience has been changed? You're not going to acknowledge that there's people cheating us? We spend money for our build to be a certain way and reach a certain potential. It's supposed to be effective after we practice and we learn. We spend our money, we spend our time, we learn the game, we go out there and compete. If folks aren't better than us, then we win. All of that is undermined. The whole process of the purchase, the whole process of the grind is all undermined by someone who comes in and plugs in a device. So if that's the case, then what the hell am I doing here? It's like beating your head against a wall. If that's the case, if that's going to be my day-to-day experience, then what am I doing here, B? What does that mean to the player who's trying to grind to legend? This strenuous, long, and tedious grind to legend? What does that mean for them? This was their last chance. No money spent grind. Definitely patched it back to 25. Shifting RNG to other areas. And now the only difference is green windows. I kind of feel that. I've noticed as well that there's been a lot more RNG. Where in the beginning of the year, although defense was not up to par, things like rebounds and 50-50 balls and a lot of that little stuff, there were very few. I'll say this is the best way I could describe it, just as a regular old player. There were very few instances where I had said, come on, 2K, or what the hell was that? While on this game in the beginning of the year. After a few patches, all the weird stuff started happening again, where now it's every day that I get on and say, what the hell, just yesterday? Uh, I damn near felt like I got clothesline driving into the rack, and they put me into animation like I had never seen before. And then our good homie 38, he was running to the rack as well, and he got put into an animation we never seen before either. That we were just like, what the hell was that? What is going on? Why are we seeing these weird animations? He was driving to the rack thinking he's gonna um, finish, and he got put into some weird foul animation that they didn't call foul on. But it looked like his player was doing some like LeBron James type of flop. Uh, I've been getting lag switched the last few times I played. It's unplayable. Lag switching is one of the worst feelings, and it's very quickly becoming one of the most popular cheats. Uh, but I feel like it's one of the worst feelings as well, because it's a perfect example of you just not being able to control your player. I even took it off my screen, period, and got more space now. When you play 2K26 from a distance, you can enjoy it. This is why I keep leaning towards this idea of the 2K player base becoming a revolving door, is because if you play it from a distance, you can get on and enjoy the game. I played over the last 2 days and I had good and very bad experiences just in regards to teammates and gameplay. When I first got on, we spent the good majority. 2 days ago, when I first got back on, we spent the whole morning, maybe late morning to early evening, grinding and just getting nothing but dubs. I get back on later on in the evening that same day, and we spent the whole late evening till like maybe I think midnight or something like that, losing, just nonstop L's. Again, just a difference in the players that I was running with, but just nonstop L's. So the reason why I brought that up is because even winning or losing from a distance, I was still able to stay on the game and find some enjoyment in it. But when you're going through that experience day in and day out, not so much fun. Love Dome, what up, man? Hey, by the way, if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to the channel. Double check, see if you subscribe. It definitely helps us out, and drop a like if you can. NATO, what's good? He said, what's good, City? And welcome back, bro. Your 14-day vacation. Do you mind if I can send you some information regarding the All City tournament, or I can send a message to Shy, or Red? Yeah, I would say send it to. By the way, if you guys don't know, we're hosting tournaments in our Discord. If you want to join these tournaments, type !Discord in this live stream chat. The link will come up for Discord. Click the link and join today. I'm not sure if the tournament is going to be solely. We might open it up to everybody, but I would say to be safe, subscribe to our Discord. It's two different options. You could join for free, or you could subscribe to participate in some things like these tournaments. If we're going to do a cash prize, we might consider doing that for the paid members of our Discord. But I'll keep you posted within our Discord. Either way, we do have tournaments for everybody included, whether paid or not. Consider that. It's over 30,000 members in our Discord. You guys are sure to find players to run with. Just one exclamation point with the Discord, it will bring it up. If you put a ton of exclamation points, it's not going to come up. That's funny. We need a new move. Yeah, the same tattoos. What up, No Cat? Just make two games, NBA 2K. Is an addiction. If you plugged, you can log into plug service. Well, the cheaters are not finding enjoyment playing against other cheaters. That renders their device useless. The enjoyment comes from ruining somebody's day and beating somebody who doesn't have a device. Shameless, just shameless. What up, Frank? What's good? Now the grind is real, really fake. The grind is real, really fake. Yeah, the game is cooked. I barely play it now. I run into cheaters non-stop now. A company that ignores the consumer and needs for a better product leads to damaged reputation and declining brand loyalty. Couldn't have said it better. Couldn't have said it better. Sometimes, these thoughts pop into my head, but I'm like, damn, I don't want it to go over anybody else's head, but that's exactly how I feel. That's going to be, there's two ways to approach this, right? In regards to what Jose just mentioned in his comment. With so much money in this particular, like, basketball, sports, gaming, there's so much money in that. And 2K is just, there's mine, and all mine. Nobody try to step in, get out, push you back. That's what keeps 2K safe. If another person or another company decides to just come up behind the scenes, say, with no basketball license, and they say, well, let's see what happens, and they drop something very similar to 2K, the amount of effect, and if it's even close to 2K standard, I know we think anybody could drop a basketball video game, and the community is so stressed out that they will just lean towards, that's not going to happen. I could promise you that's not going to happen. If another game comes up and it's not up to par to meet even 2K standard, it's not easy to create a 2K game. We've just been spoiled, and deservingly. Like, we should be getting more for the amount. 2K's been spoiled as well with the amount of money they receive from us. But what I mean to say is that another company coming up can't just drop anything. They have to, at the very least, meet 2K's standard that they created. As of right now, the gold standard for basketball gaming, even though it's crappy in so many instances, another game needs to see their weaknesses, analyze those weaknesses, and turn them into strengths. Thank you. Yeah, you can't compete. You can't you're not going to be able to compete unless you deliver something very similar to 2K. But if that does happen, it changes the game, is what I'm getting at. So although, like Jose said, and which I'm going to revisit his comment right now, a company that ignores their consumers' needs for a better product leads to a damaged reputation and a declining brand loyalty. And I believe that's what's happening right now. It's such a shift. Like, the loyalty of the brand is why I keep stressing we don't make it our daily driver anymore. The loyalty to the brand it's not there in the same way. The damaged reputation that they continue to take heat on each and every year is so slowly building the certain level of awareness that other gaming communities done had years ago. And with folks like me here that, we got 154 people in here, which is great. In my own little small corner of the world, instead of playing 2K, a lot of us are in here just kind of frustrated at the experience that we're having with 2K26. Not to say that we need to put it down, but come on, we just want to get our money's worth. Minimize the level of frustration, increase the amount of enjoyment. I don't think that's a lot to ask of a gaming company. Acknowledge if there is major issues with the product that you sold us. How about that? Acknowledge it so you could give me a certain level of security just as a consumer in general before even being a player. Respect the fact that I spent money on your game. How about that? 199 super chat from Jamil said, I've never seen a game allow cheaters like this. And there's no other sports game right now that's allowing it in the same way. That's another scary part about this. There's no other sports game right now that is allowing it in the same way 2K is allowing it. Because I was going to make a video on this stuff thinking that I could cover all sports games and what's going on. I had no idea that other sports games weren't experiencing what 2K players are experiencing. I thought I was going to go log in and look up information on Madden and find tons of scripts like you do for 2K. There's scripts, but not nearly. If I was to put a percentage number on it, it's probably like 2% in comparison to 2K. MLB, checked into that. There's one more. It's MLB. FC. MLB, FC, Madden, and 2K. 2K is leading the way by far in regards to the influx and cheating. They even cheating on Couragen. It's honestly sad. They getting a cut of that cheating money. Can I send you a DM if that's okay with you regarding a cash prize or best case? I can subscribe and wait for the next tournament. By the way, I played with a cheater and admitted to doing it. Yeah, I think they're becoming more emboldened now. But yeah, you can send me a DM. Do it on Discord. Just give me some time to get back to you. You don't play many other games if you think 2K is bad with cheaters. I play a ton of other games. The only the only company I think that could compete right now with 2K is I can't say that. I don't play a lot of games online. But from the research, the only I don't even know if it's a good idea to even give my input on this because I'm not too experienced in it. I'll just say from my opinion and my experience so far is I've only seen Call of Duty be able to compete in regards to the amount of cheating we're seeing. Hey, Coach Z been a member for 31 months as a legend. 2K has given me PTSD. Appreciate it, Coach Z. Salute, brother. Do you think the issue is 2K's demographics? Seems to be a lot of dudes from the block. That's funny. I will say, in my experience, regardless of what we think the demographic is, it may be drastically different than what we're thinking it is. So, from my experience in all these years live streaming and creating content for 2K and developing our community on Discord, and meeting, what I mean to say is opportunities to meet so many different players from so many walks of life, doctors, lawyers, financial experts, you name it, owners of businesses, you name it, from all famous people, from all walks of life, people play 2K. And I'd even make the argument now, especially considering how much money you have to play 2K, is not from like, in other words, it's not the dudes from the block. If 2K was expensive as it is right now, and I was back in my younger days, I wouldn't even be able to afford to play 2K enough to compete. You know what I mean? What up, Azel? Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say, King. Yeah, so that's exactly, the homie just said it too. From the block can barely afford games. It's the rich kids and streamers cheating. The lag switch, the streamer logging so bad yesterday all night. This is out of control. They're still calling it. What up, Hustle Main? Hustle Main in the building. What we doing? We getting on 2K or what? You should get a cheater and ask them questions. I was thinking about that, Devil. I did think about that. Like to get a cheater and interview a cheater and ask them questions. I know a lot of people would be interested in that. If you guys put it like this, I'll put it out there. If you guys know somebody who's cheating, have them contact me. Send me a DM and title it, I'm cheating. Start out with that. I'm cheating and would like to sit down with you. If it's not started like that, I'm not giving it no time. I'm cheating and would like to sit down with you. Because I know a lot of people watching will be like, well, I could do that. No. If you know a cheater or you get in contact with a cheater, have them contact me and we might make a video out of it. I think people would like that. There isn't any incentives to cheat. Yeah, a lot of people are calling for the grind to be offline. Like being able to grind your rep offline. And, you know, as an invested 2K player, if I was like invested into the year, I would say, hell no. The goal of the competition is competing against other real players. That's your grind. That's what it's always been. That's how it's supposed to be. But considering how 2K has evolved, I say give it to them folks. Considering that an online experience could be riddled with cheaters, give it to the folks that are playing offline. They want to play the game, but they don't want to have this cheating experience. So let them grind their rep offline. People cheat because they want to feel like a winner, but you can't be a winner if you're cheating, period. No respect to you as a man, lose credibility as a gamer. And I got to tell you, Um, I feel like that's a legitimate statement. I just also feel like that's an old perspective. It's normally an old head who's gonna be like myself, who's gonna be like, if you cheating on 2K, then like the other homie said, what's your life like? I don't think this new generation sees it the same, yeah. They're not invested into it. They don't play basketball. They don't even understand what it took to get good at basketball. So like, you up standing under the rim at 7 a.m., just layup, 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 right under the rim, just then hitting the free throw line for mad long as well. Or just dribbling up the court back and forth, or just having a basketball in your hand the entire day. I mentioned this once before. I used to only go right. If I was dribbling, I would set up my moves to go right. I figured out that, and this is really young, I figured out that that became a weakness where people were cutting off my right. So what did I do? Spend maybe the next week or 2 weeks just dribbling with my left hand the whole day. So I had the basketball with me. Anything that I was doing, walking through the block, around the PJs, basketball was in my left hand, just dribbling. So it got to the point where I started shooting with my left hand as well. If somebody was trying to go on my right hand, I just switched to my left hand shoot. My go-to ended up becoming my left, but I still have my right as an option. Folks just don't even have that in them to even love the sport or respect the sport that much. So I think the new generation has shifted where using a cheating device has no relevance to how they live their regular life. It doesn't compare anymore to them. They're just like, get out of here. It's a video game. We don't even take this joint serious. They don't take it serious, yeah. So they don't have the same commitment to it. So what I mean to say is using a cheating device for them on 2K is not a testament of their character. They're not seeing it that way. They'll go to church right after they log this. They'll go to church after they done. They'll go to church right after they just made some regular old 2K player rage quit, and they smiled and smirked, and they'll be going to church right after that. 2K's target range is 12 to 44-year-old plus. 2K can't pay a couple of dudes to act as game master and ban live cheaters. The cheaters are dead live. See, that's real basketball. I used to walk 5 miles to school trying to dribble. I feel you, uncle. I feel you. I feel you all the way, but you have to really go through it to even, you have to go through everybody who I feel for everybody who tells me in these live streams, this has been damn near every live stream. Everybody says, man, these guys cheating, they failing at life because they're cutting corners. And then, so I feel that sentiment hits home because, our older outlook will be like, if you're cheating at that, well, what else won't you cheat at? If you're cheating on that, these folks are cheating on everything. With the introduction of AI, nobody's original anymore. Cheating on their tests, creating diplomas, they're cheating in college, they're cheating everywhere. Everywhere. Everything's cheating on job interviews is crazy. That's another thing. You no longer even have to do you guys understand the anxiety you would have to have the night before and the morning of your job interview? Talk about it, the folks in here. Talk about it. How much anxiety you would have the night before a real good job interview, whatever job it was for you, but just anxiety over the anticipation of the questions that are going to be asked and you not fumbling your words when you're answering them. Getting dressed up, button down shirt, tie, clean, making sure you got a haircut. They don't even, they avoid all of that, don't even need to leave their homes anymore. The travel to this location and then how you have to be humbled because you're walking into another person's office. All of those experiences that you had to kind of man up and go through, you don't even have to go through that no more. They have ChatGPT up on a one screen. I saw another video of another dude that was typing. because they have you share the screen. So this dude standing in front of the camera like he's typing, meanwhile his homie's right in front on a different screen typing for him. I couldn't sleep for a new job. I was a nervous wreck. Yeah. He said they don't even want to shower. But y'all feel what I'm saying. I mean to say, what I'm trying to get at is don't underestimate these young folks. It's a different world that we're in. This is what I'm trying to get at. This is the basic moral of this whole, rant that I was on. It's a different world. We need to understand these young folks, just like the older folks trying to understand us. We were going to do it our way. We didn't care what y'all thought about it. Even when we were younger, the older folks were telling us we were doing things wrong. We were listening to things wrong. The music we listened to wasn't good. The way we were living wasn't good, but we found our way and we make things happen. And what I'm saying is we're in the next generation of this evolution. Folks are evolving. Young folks do it their way, the way they want to do it. And, it's working. It's working for them. Our outlooks maintain the same. We continue our influence. So there's some level of balance there. So they're not just wild and thinking they could cheat, everybody in their lives. So we, our influence helps create some balance and, the world goes on. It just is what it is. But I could tell you the idea of owning a cheating device for these youngins, they're looking at you while you telling them, hey, young man, you shouldn't do that. They're looking at you like, man, if you don't get out my face right now, I'm about to go tell my friends how my uncle's out here telling me I shouldn't have a cheating device. That's what they're thinking. Just like I would have been thinking too if I was back then and some dude trying to tell me something like, man, if you don't get out my face, bro. Don't let me catch you outside at the 10 p.m. Oh, what happened? I'm just better than you. Yeah, it's facts. It's facts. The homie said, what happened to I'm just better than you? What happened to being top dog in the neighborhood the right way? What happened to that? Matter of fact, now that you said that, let's go check the leaderboards. Now that you said that, let's go see what's going on. Because I wanted to do this on stream. Let me quit this out. I wanted to do this. The circle of life. Yeah. Let me see if this is up. Yeah. I wanted to check this out. Let's go to the leaderboards. What happened to being the top dog? Go to the leaderboards right quick. What up, Raps? What's good, man? Hey, we've been having great conversation. We're having some great conversation today. It's been fun. Let's check the leaderboards, B. That's North Carolina leaderboards. $4.99 super chat from 1K. Hope you're doing well, Brody. But man, can I tolerate Zens? Because I do enjoy this game, but the lag switching, it has to be addressed. Wasn't that a game changer? It's one thing when you were playing. Let me put on the thing here. It's one thing when you were playing against cheaters who had a device because your player wasn't necessarily affected. The outcome was. But a lag switch is affecting your player. And I think that's what is driving folks crazy. You don't like to feel slowed down or put at a disadvantage because someone else has the control over that. I get it. Let's go check these cards. Dumping Drax. Let's go see his card. He's shooting 89%. Y'all seeing this? Yeah, y'all seeing this. 89% from 3. 190,000 points with 19,000 games played. That's silly. We are about maybe halfway through the annual cycle. There's 9 seasons. We're halfway through season 4. So we're halfway through the annual cycle. This guy got 19,000 games played. To help give you guys perspective, on a legend run in older versions of 2K, it'll be anywhere from like 10 to 14,000 games played for the annual cycle. This guy has 19,000 games played in half the annual cycle, shooting 89%. Lordy Lord, what is it coming to? All leaderboards are cheaters. That's one. What's going on? Am I not? Oh, there we go. All right. Day not. What's up with this Drax stuff? So they like, are they a squad or something? Day not Drac, dumping Drax. What is this? Some type of? Is this something I don't know about? Is this like a new term or something? Maybe y'all could fill me in, keep me up. All City, you know, the all cheaters make the same build with no finishing, just shooting. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, look at his finishing. Look at his finishing. That's funny. Let's go check. He's shooting 86%, a 92% win streak. He has 39,000 points with 24,000 games played. Yeah, it could be the dumping Drax is a super cheater. He stay on people's streams cheating. Oh, he stay on people's streams. Oh, the Draco, is that what he's talking about? Well, I thought it was, I mean, dumping Drax, I understand, but they not Drac, I didn't understand that. That's what made me think like they weren't referring to a Draco. But I get it. 88%, 78,000 with a 98.2 win percentage. Next level. Next level. Dudes are out of control. Hold on, let's you know what? Let's check this. Let's start with this guy. 92% from 3 with 16,000 games played. Now, I wanted to just add this up too because this dude got 16,000 games played, and we saw the other dude had 24,000 games played. Multiply that by anywhere from 2 to 5, and those are the amount of people this man's done affected on 2K, or somewhere close to it. They play against the same players every now and then. So, roundabout figure, multiply 16,000 times anywhere from 2 to 5. Let's maybe 3, multiply it by 3. And those are the damn near 50,000 players have been affected by this one guy. To give you perspective of how easy and I wasn't playing when I was saying things like lag switching was a crime. To give you perspective, the dude who got locked up in a federal prison for 2 years, I'll just go into full screen real quick. The dude who got locked up in a federal prison for 2 years for lag switching or DDoS attacks, he did it 200,000 times. I just show you one player who affected countless amounts of other players. Not saying that he lag switched every one of them, but I just show you one player. We're going through the top 10 list right now. And we're seeing like, man, they affect a lot of people. That dude did 2 years in a federal prison for DDoS attacks on other gamers. It literally said most of the DDoS attacks were due to gaming disputes. Oh, Lord. Hey, when these nerds will open their mouth and say it's park, you ain't shooting 90, you trash. Like, bro, cheating and bragging is wild. All right, let's get back to it. Let's keep going down the list. Let's see who else is here. So we saw a top 4. I think everybody agrees that they was cheating. Let's see what this dude. It seems to be like anywhere from the 87 to 92 range is like what's determining a cheater. But this guy is at 88%. He has a 93 win percentage. Do you guys think he's cheating? He's only played 7,600 games. That's interesting. Yo, are you seeing these numbers? Hold on a second. Look at these numbers. He's only played 7,632 games. He's shooting 88% from 3. He has a 93.9 win percentage, but he has 96,000 points. Am I tripping? Did anybody even come close to that? Let me see what this guy. Maybe I missed that in the other one. Oh yeah, he has 303,000. So I didn't miss it. He has 3. Unreal. These dudes are sick, bro. Like that's got to be a sickness. Yes, 30. Yeah, 31,000. He's only shooting 79. Do you think he's a cheater? 79? Is he a cheater with 79? I don't know. I'm still struggling to get that. Cheating killed the game. But again, it helps give you perspective of how many people they're actually affecting. The real JJTTV. How many people are they actually affecting when they're doing this? This dude has 12,000 games played. Multiply that by 2 to 5 players, you know, the other teammates that you're playing against. You get an idea of how many people he's affected. He's at 92.4 win percentage. 154. Man. He said no human can stay awake that long. We'll keep going down. That's number 7. Let's check out number 8. He's a power forward, 6'9", 87 shooting percentage, 95 win percentage, 253,000 points. Man, I'm Kobe. I saw this guy, or I'm my Kobe. Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing? Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing? That joint says 99.2 win percentage. Shooting 93 from 3, 203,000 points, 13,000 games played with a 99.2 win percentage is sickening. You telling me that 2K sees these numbers and they can't easily investigate that this guy is cheating before they put him into the top 10 list to undermine what everybody else is doing? What if another youngin wants to come in and aspire? He checks this guy's card out and he attempts to aspire. Could that be it? Could that be it? Could it be that 2K thinks that other players are going to see these numbers and aspire to be them and they're going to keep grinding until they get somewhere even close? Or put an unattainable goal in front of them, like a 99.2 win percentage. Put an unattainable goal to play 13,000 games and have a 99.2 win percentage. Just completely unattainable. Put it in front of them and have them grind their life away, trying to aspire to be this guy. Could that be it? Because I'm trying to understand what would be the benefit of 2K. That's what I'm trying to understand here. How does 2K benefit from having this blatant cheater on the screen right now? 2K has to benefit somehow. There ain't no way they just leave this up for me to start a live stream, which we had no intention of going through the top 10s. It was only through our organic conversation that it led to this. For me to be on live stream, say, let's go check the top 10, see what they're talking about. And see a 99.2 win percentage with 13,000 games played. Absolutely unattainable. Impossible. And if you were that good, trust me, you'd be known by the 2K, like community. Even though I did hear this guy's name before, but it was for cheating. You telling me there's not at the very least a breadcrumb for 2K to kind of start an investigation? Pixelated pleasure on the screen is wild. Man. All right. This is a 6'4" point guard. A 92 win percentage. 197,000 points. 11,000 games played. He said, we're getting scammed. You'll be a top streamer. Why you hide if you this good? Thank you. Absolute fact. Say it again. Say that again. If you were that good to have a 99 win percentage, it's even right now. He said you can be good at the game and not know easily. They wildin'. If you were a 99 win percentage type of player on NBA 2K and you went live, all you got to do is say, somebody come try to take my 99 win percentage. Instant success. Instant success if you were really that good. But because you're not good, because you're using a device and it's known, you can't take advantage of that opportunity. You can't. Everybody gonna call you a cheater. You're gonna get shut down. You can't be a cheater and find success like in regards to creating 2K content. If you're using a device, they're not gonna respect you. They know it's a device. He would 2K League. He'd be at the top of the 2K League. Are they keeping the internet on? Man, SOE in their YouTube name. I've seen it all. Siva Cult. Yeah, because he cheating and boosting. Facts. What we doing? Like 1 out of every 1,000 games. A bunch of them only run 2s. Yeah, them games be what up, Slim? Them games be super quick. They only run them 2s course, and they, what is that, 5-10 minute game max? So we just went through all the cheaters. I wonder if some of these guys are actual developers for the team. No, I think those are players. They're known. A lot of the people in here know these players. These are not like, they know of them. They seen them out there cheating. Other creators have made videos about these same guys. Yeah. Just console cams. It made me sick to see that too. It made me sick to see that too. It is what it is, but I think I'm about to get on. Maybe we'll run a game. That joint brutal, huh? That joint brutal. That joint is so sad. My mind just starts wandering. It's like, all right, what is going on here? I saw a 99.2 win percentage. Oh, man. Let me shoot around for a little bit, see if we can get 5. I'm going to put a message into the chat. If anybody in here wants to run, just join me in the Discord party chat. Whichever one's open, I'll join in. I'm about to load up right now. If you haven't joined Discord yet, all you got to do is type !Discord. The link will come up and you can join up. We was having fun yesterday. All right. I'm going in there now. Put on my headset. Disable this. Raise this volume. I'll send out a message in the city chat. Slim. What up, my brother? It's good, my brother. Chilling. Putting a message out now. City. Let me lower the game volume so I can hear y'all clear. City. Oh, I never put a message for live. Bugger. Live. We need 3 more. Everyone. Join here to play. Copy this link. So if the guys in the stream, you guys want to see a regular old player, not somebody using a cheating device, somebody that just enjoys 2K, wants to play the game. I don't even use meta dribble animations. I create my own stuff in my own play style. You come to the right place. No cheating here, so you're not going to see half-court threes. There ain't going to be no half-court threes here. Do we still appreciate that level of gameplay in the same way where folks are able to be creative, folks are able to just play the game from a normal way? Like, maybe we'll see what the numbers show.
How you brothers doing today?
Chilling, man. How about you?
I'm blessed.
Yes, sir. God bless. That's what's up.
What up,
Hey,
y'all?
All City, man. You see, I
Yeah.
had to let the stream know, man.
What
Hey,
was
if
that?
them dudes was that good, they for sure be screaming like you.
Yeah, they be
Dollars.
streaming and they would pull numbers, huh? They would pull
But you gotta
numbers.
think, when you watch some of the streamers,
Mm.
they out there trash, All City, but they got good content.
No, yeah,
If you was
yeah.
a 99%
Forget
win
about it.
percentage,
Forget about it.
bro, everybody would want to be like you.
Yeah, forget about it. That's why I was thinking, like, hold on, why would 2K leave this up here for somebody like me to just casually run across 99% win percentage? What the
If
hell other
anything,
people
All
gonna
City,
think?
I feel like if anything, that's more of a reason to make people not want to play. Because
Yeah, absolutely.
a real person with real sense would understand, unless you're playing with Joe Knows or even you constantly every day, that's an unattainable goal.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're 85%, 92%, I guess, or something like that, maybe. But when you see 99.7, there's no 10-year-old kid
Impossible.
that's about to hop on this game and say, I can do that.
And then what happens? They find out, oh, you can do that, but with a device. Oh, word. All right.
And then the coldest thing about it, hey, look, hey, I'm gonna tell you a funny story. So my stepson, he comes up to me one day. This is months ago. He comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, Tyler, how would you feel if I got a Zen?" And this is before I even knew what it was. But he was so serious because he just wanted to know how it would feel to be considered a winner on the game.
Ain't that
like
so?
an actual winner though, not a I won a game. Like more, no, he wanted to see how it felt to be respected, have his peers look up to him and congratulate him. And he's only 14 years old. It's crazy to me because I was trying to explain to him, man, you need to have that drive to win in the real way, not
legitimately,
cheating, not doing all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Feels to really play against people like All City and all the top streamers and beat them head up. Be able to say that as a young man, as a man, period.
Yeah. And it makes my hair stand up when you're saying that because even on these streams, I've talked about it during the stream live when it's happening, where folks come in this stream talking about 2 years later, or come into this party chat. Hey, City, I ran with you 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and you said I was ass, and now I'm so much better. You know what I mean to say is it was you knew that you had to go through growing pains to get better. Like, you know this, and there's a certain level of arrogance for the folks that are better, that are good, because they put in the work. Not to say that you should insult anybody, but I just mean to say you put in that work, boom.
My dad, I'll never forget, when I was 5 or 6 years old, my dad beat me in a game about 100 times in a row. 100 times he beat me in the game. I spent every day from that point on trying to beat that man. And it felt so good when I actually...
It's wild, the things that drive us, but it's facts, though. We get that young man's drive to just say, whatever it takes, I'm getting there. That's what we used to have for 2K.
Explain, losing doesn't make you a loser. You win when you lose because you never gave up. When you feel like you're in your own mind, that's a self thing. Losing in the game doesn't make you a loser because you already won because you got out there. You know, it's like a fight. You know, I'm not trying to promote fighting, but if you lose a fight, if it's boxing or UFC, you didn't lose because you still went out there, you know, to yourself. I'm not talking about what the world needs.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, it's going out
as
there.
As long as you go out there, you give it all you got. You're a winner yourself.
That's
know what I mean?
That's the it's facts where you're speaking. But again, the disconnect between our generation and this new generation, that's exactly where it lies. And, you know, I think it's good that we continue to share our influence in situations like this where, you know, live to fight another day, just, you know, go through it, even if, you know, it's the logic of even if you get knocked down, you get back up and do it again. You know, you bounce back up. You know, that's our logic. Their logic is completely different. It has no relevance. Losing in 2K or winning in 2K, they say, well, I could pay for a win. But that's what they do. I buy this device and pay for this win. And they feel it has like no connection to their character at all. And I believe that it does it for a good majority of them. I don't believe they connect it because they're not invested into sport like we was. All we had was basketball. That's all we did. So it was
My
like
mom used to tell me, my mom used to kick me out at 10 o'clock and tell me, don't come back into the street lights is on.
facts.
Just me
There you
and
go.
basketball and whatever park was near me.
That's how it was. I would literally go behind my building to get water out the pump before I go to the front. Mind you, I'm in the front of my building. I'll go to the back of my building to get water out the pump before going upstairs and getting me a drink of water in the house.
Yeah,
It
and
was
these kids
just
will
like
never
that.
understand how it feels to how it feels to get a basket and shooting it with your homies. you know,
Yo, we would go hard on a crate we put up. We were talking
hey,
yesterday.
City, that's just what I'm about to say. I'm
Yeah.
talking about full 360 dunks on a crate.
And we
You know
had
what I mean?
courts. We had courts. Like the court was right in front of my building, a little bit of a walk, maybe, you know, a few steps down. We had the whole basketball court there. But we just randomly set up a court right in the front of my building, like dead in the front of my building. We were out there creating our own games. Well, this is the way in which these young folks create their own games. Appreciate it. What up, Dil Sosa? What up, Lou Reeves? What we need a center, and who else is getting on?
I'm here, City.
Offline.
I'm here.
We need a center.
Cody.
All right. Who got a center?
Cody.
All right. Slim is here, so you probably got Slim added. You could join off him.
Yeah, I'm walking in the crib right now.
All right. And then Slim, what you running?
What you want me to run? I don't know.
Yeah, we got Cody at center. I don't think I ran with Cody at center.
Not this year, at least.
Oh, he can take my spot. I accepted the invite. I didn't know you had a center already, City.
Oh, all right. Yeah. I'm cool with you too. Either way.
Oh, you
Addison.
I mean,
I joined, but whatever you guys need or whatever, I get a turn or however it
I
goes.
think we need a lock. We don't got a lock.
Wait, is somebody else
No, I
say they got a
don't
big?
got a lock. I need to make one. On the build I'm on right now is perimeter.
Someone else got a big man? Because I have a lock, too.
There you go. All right, perfect. So Wu could get on. Wu will get on.
Right.
We got Slim Gunner already here in the squad. Wu could get on. He'll run center, and then we need a lock. So that
Yeah,
works.
I can run lock. Yeah, that works.
All right. Bring back RNG and green everything. I guess they could do that. They've done it before. It's been done in the past.
Get back.
There's so many other issues with that stuff. Yeah, I think it might be crazy, but when KD lost to the Warriors and then joined them, it inspired all these youngins to not have any heart. These dudes are
Bro, that's
shameless
not-
nowadays. Ain't that
That's not
something?
even what happened.
That's definitely not true.
It's not what happened at all. The Warriors wound up going after KD in the offseason. KD never went to the Warriors.
And LeBron
Yeah,
went to
KD
Miami Heat
joined
way
them.
before KD was even relevant. So if anything, while you trying to put it on KD, it was really LeBron that showed these people, if you can't beat them, join them.
City, I put it to you this way. It's like you going to the course and playing. Your team winds up losing, like your father, your boys. And the winning team winds up needing a player because one of their dudes dropped. And they picked you up on the team. Does that make you a traitor on your boys that you got picked up?
Nah, yeah, I get it.
Exactly. That's exactly what
I
the
get
story is. But if people keep trying to spin this narrative that KD went to the Warriors because he was soft and stuff like that, like stop it. Like people gotta let that junk go. It's 10 years removed.
No,
Sizzle said, "Damn, he blamed KD for lag switches."
No, look, that's a whole different aspect, bro.
hella crazy.
These kids are watching
That's so
like
wild.
Mike.
The dude said, Sizzle said, "Damn, he blamed KD for lag switches." That's crazy. But I get what the homie's trying to. Is a lot of stuff that we're consuming. I guess is what he's getting at. That the way in which we see people living, it allows us to kind of reframe our thought process from the certain morals and values we once had. Where like someone like LeBron in our era of basketball, you know, a star like LeBron leaving to go get that chip, you know, in our era would have been completely like cancel type of culture. You would have been canceled unless you was like one of those players. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're trying to get at here. Spanish Jose say I blame Snoop Dogg. Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, they're not doing. Promise.
You're finding the easy little glitches. Yeah. All right.
And then they'll come into this stream, watch All City, just to purposely try to join the game to show the world.
Look how I cheat.
Yeah, exactly. I dropped 150 points on All City.
But
watch.
see, that's the thing. So that stuff don't even work. So like, if they, so back in the day, it used to be like that. You know, if you came across a top streamer and you were able to drop that streamer off, or especially off a streak, you could really come up in the 2K community and be known for that and get a little leverage, cracking the door open for you to come in to the 2K community and be known in the community. Those days are long gone. And I don't know if this, in the back of their head, they still have that in them where they're like, I'm going to drop this guy off and I'm going to drop this guy off. You get nothing for it. Like we just showed a 99 win percentage, and we said if you match that up to 2K content, forget about it. You're on top of the world. If you're doing that in real life, like if that's for real without a device.
Yeah, and it like I say, it just makes you look. It just makes you look like you have for the game or anything, because
I say
it's not obtainable. Like that one comment you read said. You would literally have to get no sleep to play that many games and just spank everybody that you play against. Just literally everybody.
13,000 games he had played.
Yeah,
it has a 99 win percentage with 13,000 games played. Unattainable.
And there's people in this game that are hunting people like you. So you're not just going to play people that are garbage. You're actually going to play people that are real good because they're looking for you, and you're dusting them off too.
Yep.
Like even the comp, you're dusting them off.
That was another aspect of like when we talk about just being competitive. There's a certain side of the community that will run for somebody with a 99 win percentage, and then there's another whole maybe equally in regards to amounts, equal amount of players that are out there trying to hawk you and your 99 win percentage. That was the competitive aspects of the sport.
Like they're coming.
Like that. They're on their way. How did I retire for 2 missions to come back and drop 4 in the park, season 4? All right, man. Where we at?
Oh, I see y'all hoping, man. I'm back in the chat, y'all.
All right, my G. Yes, sir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Get one step off, let us know, man.
Oh, did somebody leave? We got all 5 here.
Yeah, we got all 5.
Yeah, you got 5.
All right. Ooh, Slim. Gun is here.
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ready to rock and roll. I am here. But I don't blame KD or Braun for cheaters. That's what Hoop said. What do I have to do to run with y'all? Just join the Discord and be here when we need somebody. I put out maybe about 15 messages yesterday. I'd be sending the messages in the Discord saying who wants to run. If there's no skill-based matchmaking in 2K.
Let me know if you need one on City.
All right, yes, sir. What up, bro? I'm back. I'll be back. If I had a Zen, that would be horrible. Oh, man. Y'all can go in, though, when you're ready.
Slim, you tried that In-N-Out yet?
Yeah.
You still live right there, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I bet that was fun. That traffic.
Oh man.
Oh man, it's like when the state fair comes out here by my house. It's miserable.
Yo, I still haven't been to that yet.
Pop out next year. I mean, I'm gonna be really honest. It's not that special. You're gonna come and you're gonna eat food that's gonna make you feel like you're sick, and you're gonna walk around and people watch. Really.
2K is fun when you go touch the grass for 2 months and come back. Yeah. That's what I was saying too. At a distance, 2K is fun. A little better than what it is trying to run it every day.
So it looks like your hash. Yeah, your hash is square.
First game, all right. First game. I don't go. No, I don't. Oh, Woo's running center, right? So we're good. First game, I got an AI.
Gotta love this game.
Damn, shit is brutal.
Win, Cody.
I imagine they do. I got bottom left, yeah. Coming up. Yeah, I could see the defense needing a buff. Sleeping. Good shot, bro. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Dot.
He's running straight down. Woo. Oh, that's me. Screen though. I don't have a Zen. That's not a
With the
Zen.
lean.
That was just
With
a
the
glitch.
lean. Oh, made me jump. That's
You'll
on
see
me.
me miss.
I thought he was coming back towards the
You can wrap to
inside
the middle,
there.
bro. Nice. Ooh, good try.
Good shot.
That's a good shot. Early. They gave him 29.
Watch that
Corner,
corner.
corner. Yeah,
Yeah,
good
I'm
shit.
here. I'm here. I'm here.
Good shit. I'm here too.
I got
But
7
still, go crazy, Woo. Money shot. I deserve to
Good
try out to play for All City. Yeah, welcome to play. You don't need to try out. You just gotta join the chat when I put out a message. It's that simple.
I said I deserve.
Good
Yesterday
steal.
I put out, like I said, yesterday I put out about 15 messages. And towards the end of the night, I logged off because we couldn't get a center. So all you need to do first is join the Discord. Type !Discord in this live stream chat. The link will come up and you join. And then you receive those notifications when I send them out. That's for everybody. No, sir. You tried to no dip it though. That was a good no dip.
I definitely the buff defense over the.
I should have gone
Yeah.
up with that.
Oh, wrong button. Wrong button. So,
I'm going back.
You're good. You're good. Trying to get back to my corner.
Good shit, Whoop. No, sir. What a steal.
Good
Love the
steal.
hawk. I thought that was you, Gunner. I was about to say, Gunner?
I'm not that fast.
Damn.
I wish I was. I just 6'11", boy. I'd be dangerous.
He said he can't make a build with no defense where big boards. Nice. No, good defense, man. That was good defense.
no, they definitely the buff defense over the.
What is he doing? What is he doing, Gunner?
Same yesterday.
He don't know what he's doing. He was a little lost there.
Mm-hmm.
Good ball.
Go help if you want to.
What a shot. 15-12. Money.
Good shot.
Easy money.
No, we saw it yesterday with that game with I2N. Like, he's on a walk with 99.
Yep.
It's a
Forcing you
6'11".
that way.
Dude was just walking by him with a 6'9",
Yeah.
a 6'8", whatever. Couldn't stop this guy yesterday. So you can't wait till your controller. You got one of those glitch controllers. If there's any, why even bother the defensive facts? Yeah, defensive attributes. You go, Cody.
Good.
Good shot. Good pass.
Stuff, yeah. 21-12. Ooh, man, I wanted that.
Ah, that's me.
I was dogging people with a broken ass controller. Are you him? Oh, you him? All right.
I need him to pull up.
You know how many people done told us that it was him? And they turned out to be them? Barbecue. Oh, Lord. Killed him. Don't do that first shot. Oh, I thought he put that back.
Oh my
I
lord.
know, me too.
Hey, Wizavelli just joined as a legend.
Steal.
Salute, man. Thank you for joining. If anybody else in the stream wants to become a member like Wizavelli, all you got to do is type !join. It'll definitely help us out. And you get a badge by your name that updates with each recurring month, which helps you stand out in the stream. It's pretty dope. Salute, Wizavelli. Thanks, man. Yeah, I thought it was 30 days too. I cracked. We spoke about it earlier in the live stream. That's why.
Good shot.
Yes, sir. Yeah, glove badge definitely needs some help. Oh, I like this 2K. I think it's pretty good with containment, but really bad with steals.
Good board.
Nice cutting. Good pass back. Damn, the double team animation killed me. Nice. Oh, that's me. Good shot, though.
Yes, sir. Good pass.
Good stuff. He said, I'm not him, I'm you. So you must be Asian. That's your last name, you? That's what it is. Man, I hit that. Good shot. Damn, that's a dog
Yes, sir.
shot.
Good dot.
Man. Gonna hit that lab. He said, nah, I ain't missing like that again.
Yesterday was kind of
Yeah.
rough for me. I was 50-50. So,
Thank you.
Good steal, bro. How do you think the park will be in Madden because I'm not working
good
on it?
take.
Good take.
I don't know. I don't know much about Madden.
We're going to 10 steals up here by the end of the game.
I know.
We just need to do something with the cheating. I feel the same way, Yako. I feel like the game could be fun. I think the patches did change a lot. Game speed and, you know, the randomness. Yes.
Oh, try to
Nice.
pass that
Good
way,
work.
Shane.
Oh,
Good straight.
That's me.
That's on me. That's
Shay.
on me. I had a feeling it was coming to me.
My pass accuracy is horrible, so.
No, you're good.
Nice, bro. Go crazy. Cody's killing them on that lock. Pass. My neck.
Good dot.
Interceptor. I like interceptor too. I ain't gonna front. For my build, I get a lot of steals passing lane. It makes me want to get a lock, but I don't see locks like getting a significant amount more passing lane steals. So I have a feeling if I make the build, even with higher attributes,
Thank you.
it's not gonna be rewarding. I got an AI on me, so I'm not able to do much
Good shot.
outside of step back and shoot. First game out, we get an AI. Oh, we're playing against. Good boy, bro. Good defense. Should have hit Gunner.
Where you going?
Oh yeah, good D.
Oh, no.
Screen.
Stepping, I'm stepping.
Damn.
Good move.
Putting the screen out the corners.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's asking for a trap.
You can rap. Waiting for you to rap, yeah. Nice.
Good dot.
It's more timing than anything. I got a lock and get a lane steal. And I think if you get a lock, you're going to have lane steals. But we're talking about comparing those lane steals to somebody like me who doesn't have defensive attributes. That's what I mean to say. That you're going to get lane steals as a lock, but I'm getting lane steals and I got an anti-lock. I got an unlock. That's what I'm kind of referring to.
You don't really see the difference.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at all the players that we have with locks, and I'm like, okay, you got that steal, cool. But it should be a significant difference in comparison to what I would get.
Fantastic.
Like a super noticeable difference.
Got you.
Money.
Great shot.
I've been following all this since he had dreads. I've been copying all his ish. But that's what's up, man. Salute, man. That's dope. I feel like this was a really good year. I've had a lot of fun and growth in running point guard this year.
Good shot.
I hope they don't change it back to like the 25 clunkiness and speed.
Yeah, no kidding.
Man, that would be brutal.
Point guard this year is way better
Yeah.
than point guard last year.
You saw that man jump across that?
Mm-hmm.
Except the jumper?
I thought for
Alright.
sure he was going to try to slow me down with the body, which
I wish
would
I
have
could
gave him
play.
the.
Get it. They let me live on that one. That AI was speeding to me. And that attribute is difficult, especially the animations they give you for trying to steal. He said all city zenning. Imagine. My shooting percentage will tell you ASAP. He's not zenning. I think I'm like at 64% or something like that. I can't even be accused. Yo, mute your mic in the background, whoever that is.
You can get the corner guy. I'll slide up.
Oh man, that's brutal. We'll take it.
Good take.
Thanks, bro. I thought I was gonna get a dunk. Don said, "Imagine playing 2K." Don, I thought you played, bro. My 30 days isn't up. No 2K. Damn, you selling, bro. You done sold your soul, bro.
That's my least favorite animation in this game by far.
Excuse me.
You run to play defense and you just get a foul.
Oh, what's
Good
steal?
steal.
That mid-range jumper you got is deadly. Yeah, I like the mid-range. I want to make a video on like how to score more in the rec, so that's what I intend to do. Nice shot, bro.
Good shot.
Can't wait till we just play a regular, a full team. I don't think he saw you. I think Wu had his camouflage on. He didn't see him in the paint there. Call me All City Junior. Dude, get away from me. I am chilling. Go sit down somewhere.
On your taxes, bro.
Yeah. That's funny. Oh, yes, we got a real player? Oh, you wanted that smoke, then. You see, you should have left me where I was at, boy. Oh, that's me. I had my icons up. Was that a real player or was that the AI? That must have been the AI.
Yeah, I think it's really
Yeah, that was the AI. I was about to go to work and that was the freaking AI. Broke his ankles. What a shot. And running with Gunner isn't going to convince you to get back on. Damn, what you got against Gunner, bro? Watch Gunner. Look at Gunner's shot.
That's me, that's me.
Oh,
I wasn't
wow.
ready.
I see what you're
That's on me.
saying, Don.
He said, I heard my name in the street. Not gonna
Yeah, that's it. That kind of messed me up. I was like, wait a minute, what'd I do?
Hello, what is that?
Oh, man, you're funny.
I wasn't even moving my left stick to push me around the screen for no reason.
Good help.
Oh, great.
Ooh.
Great
If
pass.
we got anybody shoot, it'll be the AI.
What up, J Fu? No way it's been a month. Nah, 14 days I lasted. Money. Money.
Good
Let's
shot.
go. Zidane Dara.
I thought he was gonna jump at me. Could have shot it. I'm giving people way too much credit.
61 to 31 is crazy. I didn't, it's the first time I saw the score. I didn't even pay attention to the score this whole game. Give me a real player for one play, please. I guess not. Oh, yeah, so you want to guard me. And just leave the man who's
Okay.
shooting wide open. Money.
Good shot.
Mm-hmm. I remember when Don used to play 2K once upon a time. Nothing could get him off 2K.
But that was a great shot.
Now you'd be lucky if you get him on.
I made a chat at 5 in the morning. We balling?
Yeah. Money. Don been a legend. Oh, Dano. Dano been a legend for 63 months. Salute. Dano in the building. What's good, brother?
Oh, it glitched. That was wide open, too.
You got him.
Oh, you got that shot. I'll go over here. You're good.
Don't
Hey,
try
eyes
to
in the
drive
right
on me.
corner.
You think it's sweet. Oh, that's a good shot. That's a good shot. That's money. I'm glad to see you
Good
back
shot.
on. Feels like home. Yes, sir. Zidane Dada. It was kind of fun over the last 2 days. I tell you, I lost my red plate that first night.
Ugh.
That joint dropped to gold. We lost so much that night. The day we spent winning, but the night we spent losing.
Good board.
Nice.
Good shot.
Bro got you by a month. Damn. Dano said, no, no, no. That's dope. I appreciate everybody who supports the platform. Don Dada, Dano. That's super goals for that. That's for everybody watching too, man. Just means a lot. Keep us going, you know what I mean? Like, helps inspire me. Kicking in, having the conversations. Super dope.
Going on, fellas.
Yo,
What up, Hop?
what up, Pop? Daniel said, sorry, had to flex OG. Money. Yeah, rock boy, you don't want that. Oh, lordy. Good stuff, Woo. That's AI up top. I'll stay low. So you can stay there. Oh, they quitting. Oh, that's 2 players. Oh, shoot. Damn, I have my scoreboard up. Get away from me, stupid. Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna front. These guys need Zens. These guys are bad. See, these are the people that... This is the reason why Zens exist. Like, I'm tired of losing like this. Yo, that's me, man. I saw it was him that pinched me, and then I got the double team pass animation. Slow me down. And it was it's this idiot. Instead of him putting a player to come guard me, look, he was gonna run to me again. Yeah, they're selling horribly. Ba-dum-bum-ba-bum. Bunch of OGs. Oh, damn. What OG do to you, Don? OG came to 2K26
Steal.
yesterday and dropped 56 points on the first game back.
Ain't no way. I know you lying.
That's crazy, though, that Slim said, ain't no way. That's crazy.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I want to know why 2K didn't give Biggs Challenger. Well, maybe because they're not supposed to be at the perimeter. They don't anticipate them being at the perimeter. Mm-hmm.
Good shot.
Like I'm trash. I need a Zen Titan-ish. Oh, poor guy.
Come on. I can't buy steal this.
Nice. Nice. Money.
Good shot.
I was an OG at the age of 25 on 2K. I'm 32, still dogging ish. Go crazy. Hell yeah. We've been on this joint for years, man.
Smith said, yeah, my hairline straighter than Slim's. Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, and my hairline is straighter than damn, bro.
Bro, you don't have it.
He's throwing shots at everyone.
Good dot.
This guy's still dribbling. That joint brutal. 92-48. Oh Lord, that is rough for them.
Oh, that was another steal,
His
bro.
game.
Like,
Well, we did it. The 10 steals.
oh, yeah.
Hey,
Should be
nice.
more than that. Should be more than that.
See, dudes like this, I wouldn't care if they win cousins
Mm.
because they're bad.
Be like, I understand, bro.
Dangerous, the dangerous part is when a good player that has good IQ gets us in.
Yeah, these dudes it may not make a difference.
Nah.
Oh, what up, Luck? Yeah, your brother's out here. Look at him trying to guard me. He was about to run into the paint from the corner. The last man that should be going, he was just about to go jump in front of everybody. These guys definitely need a Zen. Oh, man. Your granddaddy of the 2K community, say you're 50? I think 2K keeps looking young. I have to tell my age and they don't believe me. What up, love? They told me Slim was on lead. They told me he was making an arrest and hit his head on top of the light pole.
Yeah, chill out, bro.
Why you say that?
You be talking about my height.
Yeah.
You ain't grow.
You ain't grow, Don. Yeah, Don is 4'11". See you.
Like, come on, man.
We hit our limit. We ain't allowed to get no more.
He said I'm a Red Legend badge.
Damn,
That
bro, that's crazy. I
Bump.
said what I fellas and Slim.
Oh man,
You, bro.
I just caught
Leave me
that.
alone, bro.
My neck,
Shot.
yes, sir. You are ice cold. We got the Christmas take.
That's not what it's doing.
Want to set him up with the drag. The joint dragged me. Killed him. Money. GG's, man. Light work.
Jeez.
Good times.
GG's.
All right. The homies in the stream. I'm about to wrap it up. We had a great stream, great dialogue, good talk, y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next video or live stream. I'm going to keep running in case you guys want to join me. We will be sending out message in the general chat of our Discord. If you want to join our Discord, over 30,000 members, I'm sure you'll find players to run with. Or if you want to run with me, just type !Discord. The link will come up. You could join today. Wishing y'all a safe and blessed one. I'll catch you on the next one. Easy, y'all.